Stop number 6 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Texas Motor Speedway, and as we're set for racing here today on this mile-and-a-half racetrack here, this is the third straight of the intermediate tracks that we're on to here before we go on to 3 straight short track races, which will start, of course, at Bristol, then North Wilkesboro, then Martinsville. But today we're at Texas for the running of the Interstate Batteries 500 for 51 laps of action on this mile-and-a-half racetrack. So, starting line for today's running event. On the pole at 181 miles per hour, it's the winner at Darlington, Jessica Shelton. For the second straight race on the pole, I believe, for this event here. Been off to has had a good qualifying set the last couple of races, and so we'll see what happens here today on this track here. Alongside of her is the winner at Richmond, Kyle Matthews, number 42, Melliella Pontiac. Shelton, of course, in the Budweiser Ford, car number 11. Row 2 has Charles Sanford, number 24, DuPont Chevrolet, and Jesse Turner, number 71, in the Dave Marcus Special. Third row has Keith Badson, car 20, Texaco Haviland Ford, and Johnny Gardner, number 7, the Hooters Ford. The fourth row will find Becca Tellier, number 6, the Valvoline Ford, and number 4, William Brock, who won the season at Rockingham in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Next row down, we'll have car number 52. That's Zachary Fitzwater in the Napa Auto Parts Ford. And number 25, Jonathan Zorla in the Kodiak Chevrolet. Row number 6 will have Mike Becker, number 44, the STP Pontiac. And Seth Cole driving the Black Bojangles Ford. He's in car number 98. Seth's also one of our in-car cameras in today's event as well. Next row down has Cat Betson, number 16, the Keystone Beer Ford. And the Daytona 500 champion, Eli Brighton, in a Ray Business Ford, car number 8. Next row down has Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, car number 3, the winner this season at Atlanta. He has our second in-car camera, and he'll be alongside number 90, Paul Minnick, in the Heilig Myers Ford. Next row down has Joshua Osborne, number 15, the Motorcraft Ford. And our third in-car camera lies in the course of the sponsor's car. That is race sponsor's car. That's Preston Plord, the Interstate Batteries Ford Chevrolet, car number 18. Next row down, Sky Commons in the Quaker State Ford, car number 26. And Dylan Young in number 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. Then next row down has the other Dylan Poteet in the Maxwell House Ford, car number 22. And Jay Jefferson, number 5, the Tide Chevrolet. Next row down has Quentin Moore, the Citgo Ford, car number 21. And number 68, it is TJ Dent in the Country Time Ford. His car's yellow for this race, as will be for most of the season. He'll be back with the paint car, the All-Star race. Next row down has Jose Mills, number 31, the Mom and Pop's Biscuits GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. And number 1, the Skull Classic Ford of Diego Yepes. Next row down has number 17, Zach Winkle in this Western Auto Chevrolet, and Nicholas Wade, number 14, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. Next row down has number 30, Ty Dent in the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 83, Vince Almarego in the Purex Detergent Ford. Next row down has number 55, Nathan Orman in the Jasper Engines Ford, and number 9, Simon Bloomfield in the Orkin Press Control Ford, car number 9. Next row down is Mitchell Collins, number 40, the Dirt Devil Vacuum Cleaners Pontiac, and number 75, James Henry in the Factory Source of America Ford. Next row down is Rob Evans, number 12, the Meineke Shocks and Mufflers Ford. And number 33, it is Ryan Brommer in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. I forgot the name for a minute. And starting shotgun the field, the McDonald's Ford, car number 27, Riley Spurley Tube. He's still trying to get that car dialed in. As he has for the last race. This is a guy who seems to have lost the combination since the Daytona 500 when he finished a very strong top 5 in that event, but since that time he has been he's kind of lost the combination. He hopes to get it back at Texas though, but he'll start last and he has a long way to work to the front if he has a chance to win this event. So, which of course all 37 cars do have a chance of winning this race because all you have to do is just show up to win. Show up for a chance to win, that's all, and it's the name of the game. So, they say everything's bigger in Texas, including the racing. Let's get going to start the engines.
3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engines.
What I was going to say here is they say everything's bigger in Texas, and that of course includes the racing, and that's what we're going to see here for 51 laps of action, and they are touching each other as they come off pit road. I don't know what that's all about. So it could be a glitch of some kind. Pit speed limit, of course, 55 miles an hour, of course, on pit road. And in-car cameras again will be carried by, excuse me. In-car cameras again will be carried by Cole Deaver, Preston Plord, and Eli and Seth Cole. That's who will be carrying the in-car cameras in today's event. And as far as the front row, of course, that's Ford and Pontiac here. Jessica Shelton has won at Texas before, but Kyle Matthews hasn't won at Texas before. We'll see if that can change today, or if anybody else can win it here at this track. Five winners in the first 5 races of the season. Could we see 6 for 6, or could we see a first repeat winner of the season? We'll see what happens here. A lot of questions to be answered here. As far as this race is concerned, pace car makes a turn off pit road. Green flag's about to fly for 51 laps of racing. And the Interstate Batteries 500 is on. Charles Sanford 6-0 inside of Jessica Shelton's car as they come off turn number 2. Sanford up to second position right now. Let's see what happens as they go into third turn. Cars bunched up a little bit here. This track at Texas. I see some pretty good racing here, but but Texas has been known for either great racing or has been known as a wreck fest at times. We'll see what happens. See which one we get here as this race goes along. Keith Batts inside of Sanford for second place here. Shelton still holds on to the lead at the moment. She's got one fast Ford, I will say that for sure. She qualified very well, and she practiced very well as well. And, of course, that's how we just left Jess at Darlington. We left her at the front of the field here at this race. And 3 wide, 2 rows deep right there. Quentin Moore, Dylan Poteet, Jonathan Zorlin. And you got Preston Plord, not Jay Jefferson, but now Seth Cole, Jay Jefferson, and Paul Minnick. As Minnick and Poteet both on the middle of the racetrack here as they come off turn number 2. And they are still going at it now. Now Dylan Young is inside of Poteet as they come off turn number 4. They are very close. Another 3 wide battle right there. Seth Cole, Eli Bright, and Diego Yepes. 3 wide as well. And I tell you what, they are putting in. Off turn number 2 they come here, and now Young still on the charge here in at number 2, Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. And now they're 3 right wide, almost 3 rows deep here as they come off the 4th turn. I do not like the looks of this. A person here at Texas, they're still managing to somehow keep the handle on these cars. And now Poteet looks inside as number 31, Jose Mills, he decides to make a move to make a run for the front as he's got Ty Dent behind him here, and Seth Cole is slipping backwards in number 98 car. And speaking of sliding backwards, it also applies to Charles Sanford in the 24. He's also slid back a bit. Sanford back to about the 12th position as he moves inside of Becca Tellier in the number 12 car. Leader race still Jessica Shelton in the number 11 car. She's pulled out to a bit of a lead over the other red car. Joshua Osborne is moving in the second position now. Here comes Jesse Turner for 3rd spot. But one guy on the move is that number 2 car, Dylan Poteet. Dylan Young, excuse me. He moves inside for second. He moves inside. He's just about ready to enter the top 10, I think. In fact, he was clocked 10th the last time by us. Now Preston Plord. And at number 18, Interstate Batteries car, moving his way up to the field. Roof cam from Preston's in-car camera. Getting the draft off Shelton's car as they go into turn number 1. Looks inside, now goes outside, gets pushed up the track by, let's see who he gets pushed up by. It was Cat Batson, number 16, the Keystone Beer Planters Ford. But Dylan Young, look at him go. Second position is ready, he's about to go for. See if he's got the car to challenge Shelton. Sampers behind him, so is Poteet, Sky Commons, William Brock in the 4 car, Zorlin in 25. And now Sanford looks inside for second place now as he has got hanging back positions that he had lost a little bit earlier. Still seeming to be kind of settling down just a slight bit, though. I'm not sure. Well, actually not sure, but I will say I'm just saying it because if I do say for sure if they are, then there'll be a wreck happening. I don't know, but they are letting it all hang out here at Texas as they come off turn number 2. 3 wide, a couple rows deep here, racing as they. And there's one of the battles right there. That's Plord stuck in the middle, Jose Mills, Pote, and Dylan Young, and now Fitzwater gets in the mix in the 52 car, and throws Seth Cole in the 98 in this mix as well. And then Bojangles machine, there he is. Riding with Seth Cole, he's behind Zachary Fitzwater in the 52 car. About to go inside of Charles Sanford in the 24 car, Dylan Young, Poteet in the number 22. I almost said Dylan Young on that one, but it looks like the caution flag is going to fly for the first time here today at Texas, judging by the slowing of Preston Plord, and it's Quentin Moore in 21 that has crashed. There he is in the Citgo Ford. So caution number 1 flying at the completion of lap number 11. The crumpled up Morgan Shepherd covers for 1993. And Dylan Young in the crash. And Moore actually went on a flip here. And let's see what happens here. 4 wide as it come out the 4th turn. That's Batson, Deaver, Dylan Young, and Quentin Moore. Moore gets turned right into the wall hard. And Batson is up on the fence there. And looks like nothing's going to happen to Quentin Moore. That was until 14 of Nicholas Way came in. James Henry piles in. Simon Bloomfield. And there's the flip over that Quentin Moore suffered in that 21 car. Up and over goes Quentin Moore, and there's Dylan Young involved in the crash. Vince Almarego involved in the crash. There's Diego Yepes, Cat Batson, Mike Becker involved. 40 of Mitchell Collins involved as well. So, and then several of the cars there. 12 car of Rob Evans was also involved as well. On board Dylan Young's car. Or no, wait a minute. Dylan Young didn't have the in-car camera. Excuse me. On board with Cole Deaver on this crash. He had the in-car cameras in this out of the bunch. Shit! Almost too soon with the throttle on that one. As he got back on the power, but he made almost come up and rear end of the 9 car, Simon Bloomfield. That was really close. Dylan Young and Quentin Moore, the only 2 cars out of the race here, as we're about to get set for green flag on lap number 16. Is where we'll get it here. So we'll have 15 laps in the books and 36 to go. So resetting the field for you here. Jessica Shelton leads as she's led it all the way so far. Jesse Turner second. Third is Kyle Matthews. Fourth is Zorlin. Fifth is Poteet. Sixth is Mills. Seventh is Sanford. Then Fitzwater eighth. Seth Cole ninth. And 10th is Zach Winkle. Here comes Jesse Turner to the inside of 71 looking for the lead. Nobody's challenged Shelton for the lead just yet, but Turner pulling ahead at 71 cars. They come off turn number 2. Shelton may have the power advantage possibly, but Turner has the preferred groove and he'll take the lead from Jessica Shelton. So first lead change of the day here as they come off turn number 2. Now turn number 4, excuse me, and here comes 25 Zorlin in this mix as they come off the cross start finish line. Zorlin pulls alongside and now ahead of Turner. Poteet's in there, as is Charles Sanford, and now we're starting to see some racing for the lead here. Poteet's up to the lead now. Sanford a second, but here comes Jose Mills in the 31 car. Mills had some impressive runs in it. Mom and Pop's Good Wrench Chevy. And now Poteet has the lead for the moment, but here comes Sanford for the lead, and Shelton stuck in the middle. But look at that power from that 11 car as she has pulled up behind Poteet in the 22 car. And Shelton's going to try to push Poteet up the high side here. Let's see if that works off the 4th turn. Poteet has the momentum and the draft advantage, but Charles Sanford does lead the lap. So push coming from Seth Cole, number 98, as we're riding with him in the Bojangles Ford. And Seth, you see what they're getting the push from behind by Paul Minnick. And we're under yellow for the second time here today. And oh my gosh, that is a bad crash right there. Cole Devers crashed. Nicholas Wade in the 14's crashed. Diego Yepes coming right up there. Mike Becker's damaged up. Mitchell Collins really damaged up. And there's the 75 James Henry. Cat Batson's in it. Simon Bloomfield, the 9's in it. Front end damage really now on the STP Pontiac of Mike Becker. He's having a horrible start to the season so far. So caution 2 flying now on lap as the completion of the 19th lap on lap 20. And Zorlin's got some damage as well in the number 25 car. Well, same place where the first caution flag happened on the at the completion of the 16th, at the completion of the 11th lap of the event. Zorlin looks inside of Jose Mills. I don't know if somebody's going to get turned on this whole deal. Obviously, Zorlin got turned into Joshua Osborne in the 15 car, since him spinning. Gardner's in it. Eli Bright's in it. No, that's not tight end. That's Jefferson, but I don't think Jefferson's got any damage on his machine. Then, boom, Simon Bloomfield nails Osborne. Gardner spins Bloomfield around, and then everybody gets... Oh, man. Cole Deaver got jacked up by Mitchell Collins in the 40 car. There's Deaver in the 3 machine, and he about lands upside down. Spurley Tube, I think he don't have any damage in the 27 car, so I think he's clean. And then the 1 car comes flying by of Diego Yepes. I think he's going to plow right into one of those crumpled up cars, but that didn't seem to be the case here, as you see 33 of Ryan Brommer getting through this whole thing. On board once again with Cole Deaver. So, a bad crash for Cole Deaver. Oh, we missed a restart here. Sorry about that. So, restart happened a couple of laps ago here as we have got Preston Plord leading the race now. William Brock to second position. Third is now Sky Commons. In 26 car. Seth Cole led on the last restart, by the way, and got passed, I think, on the lap of, but... William Brock out in front, number 4 cars. He gets pushed by Sky Commons in 26. They come off turn number 4, excuse me. Pulled up the high side. Here comes Zach Winkle in 17 as he's about to go to the inside. Kyle Matthews behind him there. Zachary Fitzwater. Jesse Turner's in this mix, as is the 31 of Jose Mills and the 28 of Keith Batson. And the 6 of Becca Tellier. Now on the outside of the mix here, William Brock, Preston Plord, Charles Sanford, Seth Cole, the 98 cars in this mix, as is Paul Minnick and Jessica Shelton. 3 wide racing, Fitzwater, Cole, and Sanford side 3 wide. And they're going to be 3 wide right there between Mills, Shelton, and Minnick. And Seth, I thought Seth was going to stick that nose 4 wide on inside of Plord. And meantime, Kyle Matthews goes to the lead now in the 42 car. And I do not like the looks of this come off the 4th turn here. Ooh, really tight now. And bear in mind, all this is at over 185 miles an hour. Plus, the fastest lap of the race so far, set by William Brock, at just over 187 miles per hour. Remember, the pole speed is 181, set by Shelton, who's right in the middle of the pack in that red number 11. Jesse Turner now goes to the lead in the number 71 car. Here comes Fitzwater to the outside. But Jose Mills and Keith Batson in this mix of cars right there. They see those 2 right there. Batson 28, Becca Tellier in the 6. There's Minnick in the 90. He's being followed by the 26 of Sky Commons and the 24 of Charles Sanford and the 4 of William Brock. And here we go again. 3 wide, about 3 rows deep off that 4th turn. Oh my goodness. What racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. Now Becca Tellier in the 6 car goes to the lead as she takes it from Jesse Turner off the second turn. Now in the 3rd turn, Minnick pulls him behind, as does Sanford, as does Brock. And here comes 17. That's the car Zach Winkle. Dylan Poteet's behind, and he and Shelton almost touch come off down the front stretch. Boy, this stays this way for the last 20 laps of this race. Who knows who's going to win this race? Any one of this bunch can pull it off here. Oh, we got a lap car, I think, up ahead. It's Osborne. He's going to be in the way of this bunch right there as they come out the 4th turn. Sanford's going to get through. And trouble at the 4th turn. And it's Fitzwater in 52. He's crashed. And here comes all the cars right there going by him. Gardner's coming up there, and Nicholas Wade in the 14. Ooh. That was close. Let's look at what happened to Zachary Fitzwater in the 52 car. And separate from Fitzy, he was running in the top 10 when this all happened. And in this part, he was in this scene. He was on the out. Is between Kyle Matthews, Preston Plord, and 26 car of Sky Commons. He went up the high side. Matthews makes it 4 wide right there, and 4 wide does not work at Texas. And let's see what happens. Plord's gonna come right up into Fitzwater, comes across Matthews' nose, and then Sky Commons in 26 car. He gets stuffed in the wall as well. doesn't look like there's much damage to the 26 car. He does have some scrapes on the side of that 26 machine, but Fitzwater unfortunately came out the loser in this situation. Oh my gosh! Did I see Spurley Tube and Simon Bloomfield almost wreck? Let's look at what happened here. There's Spurley Tube in 27 as he and Nathan Ormond. Watch this. Oh my goodness gracious! That was awfully close. And there you see the rest of the cars dodging Fitzwater there as he gets his car started back up and get going again. But that was heads up driven by both the 27 and the 55 cars. And then there's the 14, and especially heads up driving for Nicholas Wade in the 14. He almost rear ended the 50. In fact, I thought he was going to rear end the 52 car. But fortunately, he didn't, and yeah. So, 8 cars out of the race so far. Eli Bright, Mike Becker is out of the race, as is Kat Batson, Simon Bloomfield, Mitchell Collins is out of the race, James Henry's out of the race, Dylan Young's out of the race, and Quentin Moore's out of the race. One car is a lap down. It's Joshua Osborne in the Motorcraft cars. He rides 29th, I think. Yes, he does. So the field setup for you here: Charles Sanford leads. Second is William Brock. Third is Dylan Poteet. Fourth is Paul Minnick. Jessica Shelton's fifth. Sixth position is Zach Winkle. Seventh is Becca Tellier. Eighth is Preston Plord. Ninth right now is Seth Cole, and 10th position is Jesse Turner. So let's hope we get the last 15 laps of this race under green here. Had a pretty good green flag run, I think, the last time by. So we'll see what happens here. We'll keep an eye on the lap car of Osborne. Let's see what he's going to do it there. Let's see. Minnick gets through. Shelton gets through. There's Winkle. They're going to go up the high side. Osborne's going to stay down low. Turner just about got into him. And Jose Mills and Keith Batson both get caught up behind. And there's the Jose Mills goes inside. Now he and Batson's going to follow through, as does Fitzwater, Commons, Almarego. Rob Evans is going to follow through in the 12. Johnny Gardner in the 7 is going to follow through. And here comes TJ Dent in 68. And whoa, Spurley Tube's going to go inside. Make a 3 wide. And he says, I ain't going to have nothing any of this. And now Ormond and Jefferson's going to go through there as well. There's Cole Deaver and Ty Dent. Both of them damaged up there. It looks like a modified race between those two cars, as is the Nicholas Wade in the 14. Yepes and Brommer is way off pace in that 33 car. I don't know what's wrong with that machine. In the meantime, Jessica Shelton led the last time by. Now Paul Minnick moves inside for the lead position. He's got it. Tellier's in there. Seth Cole, Jesse Turner. Let's see, we got what? 2, 4, 6. Oh my gosh. 2, 4, 6, 8. About 10 cars in this mix right there, and any of those 10 can win this race. 39 in the books, 12 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway in the Interstate Batters 500. Had a competitive race at Darlington, the last race on the tour, and Texas looking to be the same way here. At first, looked like it wasn't going to be a competitive race because Jessica Shelton had the lead for the first 10, 12 laps of this race. But she's still in contention here. No question about it, as are a lot of the other cars. But it's getting real now. In fact, we're coming up on 10 laps to go here. Preston Plord getting the push from Kyle Matthews for the lead. He's got it. The pride of Connecticut, Preston Plord out in front. 10 laps to go at Texas. 10 cars separated within over 4/10 of a second. And oh boy, 3 wide off turn number 2 for his third spot here. Here comes Sammy's gonna make a 3 wide for the lead. Charles Sanford, 3 wide for the lead. He's got Jessica Shelton shoving him. And Shelton's gonna stick the nose of her Thunderbird to the inside of Sanford's Lumina. 9 to go. Can you hold your breath for 9 laps? I don't know. Shelton to the lead now. She's got another woman, Becca Tellier, behind him in the 6 car, the Valvoline car. Ford's in a hookup, first and second. Here comes Tellier for the lead. Is she going to take this lap from Shelton? I don't know. No. Tellier falls short of leading that lap by half a car length. But Becca does have the inside line to her advantage, but Shelton's got fighting back on the outside of the track. Now it's a drag us down the back stretch now. And here comes William Brock, 3 wide inside of Charles Sanford and Seth Cole. Jesse Turner's in there. Poteet's in there. Minnick, Brock, Plord is in it. Oh, brother. 7 laps to go. Lap car ahead right there. That's going to be the car of Ryan Brommer. Oh, Ryan, I hope you've seen this pack coming up for you. And he is about 20 miles an hour off the pace compared to everybody else. Woo! 3 wide, 2 else even. They got awfully close off turn number 4. 6 laps to go. Who's going to get held up and who's not going to get held up? That's going to be the question. They're coming up on that 33 car and quick. Let's keep an eye on Brommer. Brock is coming up for him right now off the 4th turn. Let's see what happens here. Brock. Oh, he's going to get squeezed up right there. He's going to... Oh, he about picked on Matthews. He's going to pick on Jesse Turner. The 71 car, he and Poteet sliding back as he is going to come up behind Shelton. He's going to pick on Becca Tellier in the 6. And Becca's like, thank you, Ryan, for spoiling my race here as he come off the 4th turn here. So now it's down to 9 cars now in this race. Or maybe still be 10, I don't know. But anyway. William Brock looking for a second victory of the season. Shelton also looking for her second. And the rest of these cars looking for their first. 2 laps to go. Shelton to the inside. Plord's right there behind. Matthews is also looking for a second victory of the season. He won at Richmond. Here comes Plord inside of Shelton. Shelton slams the door on him. So the start-finish line they come. Shelton to the inside of William Brock. To the start-finish line they come. It'll be the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go. Preston Plord. He's right there on the back of Shelton's car. Last lap. No, actually, it's 2 laps to go. It's actually 2 to go. Excuse me. I pulled a Marty Reeder right there. Anyway, 2 laps to go. Shelton out in front. Trying to win her second race ever. Trying to win for the second time at Texas. Preston Plord trying to win for the sponsors race here. Here comes Brock to the inside in the 4 car. Coming for the final lap here. 1 lap to go. Jessica Shelton, who won down in Darlington. Last race on the tour, looking for a second victory of the season. William Brock's also looking for his second. He won at Rockingham. Off turn number 2, Poteet and Turner inside 3 wide for the second, 3 wide for third position now as they go in there 3 wide between Turner, Poteet, and Plord as they come out the 4th turn here. Start finish line has come. The Interstate barrier 500 belongs to Jessica Shelton. She wins at Texas. Jessica Shelton gets her second win in a row, and she becomes the first two-time winner of the season. And her second ever win at Texas. And what a finish that was here. Second place will go to William Brock. Jesse Turner comes home third. A great day for him. Fourth place will go to Dylan Poteet. Fifth to Preston Blord. Jay Jefferson sixth. Seventh position. Or no, it's Paul Minix, comes home sixth. Seventh will go to Seth Cole. Eighth to Zach Winkle. Ninth to Charles Samper. And 10th to Kyle Matthews. What a finish here today. And something tells me we knew Shelton was saving something in that under the hood of that Budweiser Ford, and we weren't kidding on that. So 6 races are in the books. The rest of the finishing order for you here: average speed 125, 448, and margin of victory 84,000th of a second between the 11 and the 4 cars. That was pretty close. So rest of the finishing order: Becca Taylor had pretty much that lap car pretty much cost her the whole race. She comes up in 11th position. Keith Batson 12th, 13th Jose Mills, 14th Sky Commons, 15th was Rob Evans. Riley Spurley comes from last to 16th in the final running order here. Al Marigo 17th, and Johnny Gardner, Nathan Orman, and Zachary Fitzwater rounds out the top 20. Shame for Fitzwater because that was he had a great run going until he got turned around off the fourth turn to cause the final caution to come out. TJ Dent 21st, 22nd was Jay Jefferson. Zorlin 23rd, 24th will go to Nicholas Wade. Ty Dent, Diego Yepes, and Cole Bieber was the last car in the lead lap in 27th. 2 cars lap down, Ryan Brommer in 28th, and Joshua Osborne, the last car to finish in 29th. Cars out of the race were Eli Bright, Mike Becker, Kat Batson, Simon Bloomfield, Mitchell Collins, James Henry, Dylan Young, and Quentin Moore was the last car out of the race. So she dominates Darlington, and now she takes the day at Texas Motor Speedway. Jessica Shelton, 2 wins in a row, and I tell you what, it seems like a very efficient downforce package she's got under the hood of that Budweiser Ford. Ran good at Atlanta, but had problems. She ran good at Darlington and Texas, and wins both those races. So we'll see what happens here when we hit the short tracks at Bristol, Tennessee. Start at the Blue City 500, which is next on the tour. If you'd like to see her, but subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming Show. We get interested gaming videos, whatever the person on the NNSCRA Seth goes for his channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's other series. Please be sure to check out the Last Month's Live series, the Pizza Hut X series, the Hershey's Cup series, and the Coors Light Truck series as well. And also be sure to check out our other NNSCRA series, including the Budweiser All Pro series and the Marvel Studios Cup series. Please be sure to check those ones out as well. So with all that said here, Texas is in the books. Jessica Shelton wins takes the win in the Interstate Batteries 500. And you'll see you at the Food City 500 in Bristol, Tennessee. For now, this is James Qualson, member production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.